powerful hero. So if you put all your emphasis onto that Sven, then everybody else owns you, right? Because you're no longer focusing the other heroes in the game. And VP, like, the chance of winning this game just skyrocketed again, like game one, because they just have this combo already that puts so much stress onto Alliance's draft. Hey man, this is the last day of the patch, okay? It's just the last day. Just enjoy it.
Just enjoy it. Yeah. Enjoy Sven. I'll try my best. But I like what Alliance are doing. They're trying to come up with some answers for it. Like,
for Timber.
Shadow Demon is a nice answer to the Omni Knight. Timber is a nice answer to this double strength lane. So, yeah, I mean, I can dig Alliance's answers. Is it going to be strong enough to beat the Sven, though? See, I kind of feel like they haven't really gotten... Well, I don't know. It's about how you play is how you beat Sven. You know, you have to be invading his triangle. You have to be trying to catch him out as he's farming and he's vulnerable. These heroes won't do that, but they will win in the lane. And Shadow Demon is going to help out in the team fights to counter this GA and such.
It is a pretty annoying hero for them to deal with.
Yeah.
That is for sure. But pretty sure VP is also ready for this. They know that having the Omni and the Sven together just throughout the game is going to be better than having a bad lane against a Timbersaw. The Timber will have a pretty good lane, that's for sure. But VP do have 3 follow-up picks just to shut down this Timber. And this time they banned the Phantom Assassin out. Last game they did not ban the Phantom Assassin out, but this time they do. They see that maybe the Timber could create enough space for the PA to be stronger and farm more, or have more space to be able to deal with the Sven.
Yeah. Open up the map.
Interesting.
That's what you need to do. Don't get yourself choked
Lions ban out the Invoker. Now DP all of a sudden looks pretty decent too against Alliance. DP's pretty bad against Shadow Demon though. When you get Demonic Purged, and if you cast Yules, like DP is dependent on the Yules, right? When they jump you need to go in the air while you're siphoning so you can heal while you're invincible. The Purge removes the Yules right away. Like you don't even go, you go up for like a 0.1 second and instantly gets removed. So maybe DP isn't the best, but it's one of the better heroes against Timbersaw. The silence is annoying, Siphon's annoying. Sometimes Timber joins the fight without any armor stacks.
Yeah, that's definitely where you can catch him off guard and try and run him down. You need to have some ideas on how to bring down this hero because, Virtus.pro, whilst they're really good at putting together these drafts, they almost always do it in a way which counters the opening picks of the enemy team. So whatever they pick up, I'm fairly sure it's going to be a pretty good idea on how to get rid of these heroes. Any predictions?
We might still see the Death Prophet. That's what I'm thinking right now from Alliance or VP, like one of the teams. But I think most likely Alliance. They do still like it against the Omni Knight. VP didn't ban it out. Alliance do ban out the Mars, so we will not be seeing this. We will not be seeing the same draft from VP. That's for sure, because the Mars is gone, and they banned the Storm too. This gives an opening for VP now to get their Void Spirit, which they play very well with. I don't think they're gonna go Kunkka because of the Timbersaw on the side of VP. So Void Spirit, something I want to see from VP. Phoenix, probably not the best choice. Possible Skywrath Mage game from Virtus.pro. That's a pretty good hero against Timbersaw.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's not great playing it into the disruption because you can counter Mystic Flare pretty well, but I still like it in general.
It's just about the silence, right? Yeah. And the magic burst that you have. You also have a Sven on your lineup, so you got that disable as well. Save what you're gonna get for yourself. I mean, Alliance is gonna pick first. They're gonna get the position 5 here. It's looking like there's no Undying, obviously, because first phase banned. That's like FNG's tier 1 S tier hero that he loves to play, other than Omni Knight. Venge draft. We could also possibly see a Venge draft come out from Alliance.
I'd quite like that. Oh, they go with the
Leshrac. Oh, a different route.
Spicy.
Interesting.
Spicing it up. I like this. You know, go
Yeah.
out with a bang. Try some new ideas. It's the end of the patch. See what you can do. Something you've been thinking
Dude,
about.
I like this hero.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. So this Leshrac, they also picked against who was that? Gambit, I think. In their best of 5, they played against Gambit. Yeah, and they had a Leshrac. Oh, that was really good game for it.
Yeah.
So this is most likely mid Lesh, right? That's it. Like they actually, I'm surprised they even picked their mid this early, and like they're holding off on their +5 for now.
Ugh. Viper. There's the answer to the Timbersaur, as we mentioned earlier on, and does do pretty damn well versus that Leshrac as well. You just drop the ultimate on him and stops him running around and just kind of blasting everyone down with its magic damage. It's very annoying. Good pipe builder as well.
And this means most likely a tiny pickup from Virtus.pro, so they can have that with the Viper in the offlane. If it's a Viper mid, then we will see a different position 3 hero, and then we won't be seeing a tiny. If that's the case. But Viper is also very good against Leshrac middle, so that's why I'm kind of leaning more towards this Viper going mid against Leshrac.
Interesting. Alliance, though, next pick for them. This is usually a point where they pick up their carry, but I believe they have... yeah, there we go. They will grab the Life Stealer and save the last pick for their +4.
So this makes me think, because they picked the Life Stealer right now, that the Leshrac could be a flex on the 4 now, and not the mid laner anymore. And then the Shadow Demon will be the 5, and they're just going to wait to see VP's last 2 heroes, and then draft up something to counter all of that. Because Timber doesn't really need help, right? Laning into a Sven Omni Knight. So there's even a potential alliance that's just going to tri-lane with this Leshrac Lifestealer Shadow Demon combo. And just like solo this Timbersaw. Which I wouldn't be surprised with, honestly. They've done something similar to that before in the past.
Yeah.
A different situation, but still the idea is there. VP not seeing the Lifestealer, maybe they're probably deterring from picking from picking a tiny, or even putting the Viper in the offlane. This is looking more and more like a mid Viper now.
Probably. I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, I'm mostly looking at this Leshrac and just wondering, it's really nice to combo it up with the Shadow Demon. Of course, if he's not a core, then he doesn't have to be farming, so he can just go around with the Shadow Demon. These two can just make plays through the entire game, and it's very easy to make that happen. Virtus.pro, however, are going to take the Tidehunter. That's going to confirm the Viper is going to be mid, and that is going to mean the Tidehunter is going to be in the off lane. Now, does a Tide survive versus a tri-lane of Lifestealer, Leshrac, and Shadow Demon?
There's not a lot of heroes who can survive tri-lanes if it's just 2 going into the off lane. My concern more is about the Timber versus the Tide. Like, you just drafted Tide into Timbersaw. Yeah. So this Timber is having a much more of a free game now. Like, either side lanes he goes to, doesn't matter for him.
Ballin'.
Honestly, they could just solo Timber safe lane now and just go aggro tri-lane with Lifestealer, Leshrac, and Shadow Demon.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
That could be the play for
Tide, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's probably going to be the play from Alliance here. Like, why not?
Yep.
Unless they obviously put the Leshrac mid, then they'll pick another 4 or 5, and then still, they should tri-lane, I think, on the side of Alliance. They need to do something a bit different. And Timber is going to have a good lane no matter who he plays against.
Yeah, he should be fine. And as for, he likes making space in this Timber. He loves playing alone and just letting his pulse forward do whatever he wants. That's his favorite way to play in the off lane. He just wants to enable Handskin to be more active.
Pugna banned out from Virtus.pro. Interesting. I would think not the best hero for Alliance to take, but maybe they're thinking like, oh, they don't want to get pressured up early on and have all their towers be dead to Leshrac, Edict, and Pugna Blast.
Yeah.
Alliance banning out Wind Ranger. They're banning out save heroes right now. Wind Ranger, maybe a Skyrath, possibly. It's one of Save's heroes too.
So, final pickups. Virtus.pro. No, I was just trying to think if they could actually run the Viper as a 4 this game, but no, I don't think they will do. There's some really good mid.
Viper as a 4? Did you say Viper as a 4?
I did. Get
No,
a big galaxy
please
brain.
don't. No.
I mean, putting him on the side lane versus a Timber might be really nice, and then you can kind of counter him out. But
that's kind of true. But you rather, I mean, you have Tide. Unless Tide goes mid, OG style, right? Like unless Tide goes mid, I really don't see this Viper going to silent. And they do ban the Tiny though, just for the safety of that. Like in case for whatever reason Viper does go outside lane, they don't want that Tiny Viper combo, which is probably the best combo. And VP have played it multiple times.
Yeah.
So
absolutely. And the final pickup from them will be the Skywrath Mage. Comes down eventually. Long distance snipe. There
was many picks that went before the Sky came out, but it came out nonetheless. I do think the Alliance should have got rid of Sky instead of Tiny though.
Yeah,
like, it just didn't make sense for them to put the Tide Hunter mid that much, and they're not gonna put Tiny and Tide off lane, especially against a Timber, right? Like Tiny hates playing against Timbersaw. That's just a given. So. This guy will provide a bit of burst damage. Oh, Nyx!
No! I don't like that. I can't get behind that.
Their draft was going so well until I see Nyx. That's a position for Nyx.
Yeah, it is. Okay, so I mean, like this is kind of considered to be like a classic counter to the Skywrath Mage. Mana burn, very very good against Skywrath
and Viper.
Yeah,
and
Viper as well. Pretty good at just kind of stunning him up and locking him down. But I mean, it's still Nyx Assassin. There's a reason we're not really seeing that hero a whole lot. I guess there is 2 heroes as well, which the Break's going to be quite good at. 3 heroes, which the Break's going to be pretty good against. The Sven, the Viper, and the Tide. I can see its value, but at the same time, I can't get behind it, guys. I can't. Can you get behind it?
I really can't, but I can see how it works when the Timber and the Lifestealer win their lanes really hard.
Yeah.
Right? You need both your Sileners to win their lanes really hard. If you can do that, then I can see the Nyx having like impact. Right? The problem with Nyx is his early game, right? He doesn't really provide a lot, and then later in the mid game, like if he gets enough levels, he's a beast, right? If Dota started with all heroes being level 14, then Nyx would be a god tier hero in almost every single game, right? But that's the problem. Like he doesn't provide a whole lot in the lanes. His early game is a bit weak too, especially when his Vendetta's on cooldown. But if they can get to that mid game, 50-50 or even ahead on Alliance, then this Nyx is going to be extremely valuable. Other than that, I'm not the biggest fan of a last pick Nyx Assassin. I don't think it really it's not the game-changing hero that I was hoping for.
It's not what we were hoping for, but it's what we're getting, and it's what Alliance are going to go for. We got to trust in S4 head or S5 head. Which one's going to turn up? Well, let's find out. Let's get into game number 2 of VP versus Alliance, battling it out for the elimination. And Alliance are very, very close to that elimination. They're putting their faith, their hopes, their dreams in a Handskin Nyx Assassin. Question marks have been raised. Answers maybe on the horizon. Is it good? Is it bad? Let's find out. Ilias and Epileptic Kid chilling out in the safe lane together. I mean, this does look like a good dual lanes now, to be fair. Oh, Handskin. He's good to see a lot of heroes here. Run, run. That's literally the entire Virtus.pro squad. Handskin, run away. He's going to be alright.
30 seconds to battle.
So that allows Nico and FNG to take both druids at top, which is quite nice.
Yeah, if they can do it, that'd be really nice indeed. And Handskin, we might see him go for that bottom bounty as well. They might just try to get 4 bounties on the side of Alliance here. It's quite possible at this rate. But Tide going in is like, no way you get my bounty rune.
No, FNG's in some trouble. Pops the disruption, interestingly. Nico Baby gonna have to stick around for the bounty rune here, trying to body block up DM, but is not quick enough as DM's able to grab it, and now FNG, well, he is running into no man's land right now, trying to get to somewhere, but unfortunately he is just gonna drop as save drops down with the spells, a couple of concussive shots, a couple of right clicks, one more will be required. Oh, Fairy Fire out from FNG. If he can get out of vision, just the concussive shot. Digging through the trees, He's not going to be out the other side, though, just trying to hide as he's now going for the blocks. No, he's not trying to block out a save here. That's really nice. Going for the TP now as well. He's actually going to live. No first blood for you, save. Oh, that was beautiful. Using the disruption illusions to block his pathing so he couldn't follow through the trees, allow him to TP out. Incredible stuff from Handskin.
Hanskin, FNG, give the man credit. The right.
Sorry,
man,
FNG.
that was
Jesus,
crazy.
Jesus. Thank you. Yeah.
Holy. I thought he was just dead, and not only that, he wasted GPK's time too. GPK didn't get a block, had to TP back to the mid lane. Scarlet doesn't start in the lane too. Nice, good start for Alliance. I mean, he does have to walk back top, but that's okay. His carry's a life stealer. He doesn't mind soloing.
Yeah, and Save only just arrived back to the top lane as well because he spent so long walking from the that camp over up towards the lifesteal. So he's only just arrived. There's been very little pressure put on Nico, baby. Yeah, thumbs up for FNG. Incredible.
Bottom lane, very classic stuff happening. Pulls 4, goes behind the second creep wave, drags it in front of Timber's tower, and S4 just gonna do S4 things. Just chill down here, farm it up. He will start pressuring up the Sven once he's like level 3, level 4-ish. But for now, it's just gonna be a farm fest down here.
Yep, just eat them creeps. See who comes out on top. Imagine it will be a slight advantage to S4 in the end, but Sven's going to be able to bounce back with the creep, so it won't be long that he's behind. Although that said, S4 is struggling straight off the bat, with only having himself 4-2 currently, with the Sven's 10-2. Not good stats, but hopefully that should improve over time as he gets a couple more points in Whirling Death. Meanwhile, at mid, we have Limp laning up into GPK, the Leshrac into the Viper. Pretty Viper favorite
taking a lot
matchup,
of damage.
He is indeed, yeah. Poison
Hold
belt,
on.
5 stacks upon him.
Wow, that's a TP for him.
Ooh, in comes the disruption from FNG. Limp is ready with the stun, lands it nicely, controlling up the GPK Viper, but he's actually just going to straight up TP himself away. Goes all the way back to the fountain though, so that is costly.
But Limp, what is his plan? Oh, he doesn't know where the Viper is. He thinks Viper TP to a tier 1, but he actually went back to base. He's still gonna stick around though. Needs only one more creep to get his bottle up. Locking it back. Good play then from FNG.
Yeah.
Because if he didn't do that, that Leshrac would have been completely kicked out, lost a bunch of XP, and not only does he save him and gets Viper to the base, but also double stacks in the jungle too, which Leshrac loves to farm at 6.
Yeah, he does indeed burst through these. I mean, Leshrac is essentially played the exactly same way as Zeus is these days. Use that magic damage to take down the creep waves, break down some stacks, and get yourself some money. Simple.
Yep.
We haven't really talked a whole lot about the top lane since the very start shenanigans, but it is tied versus Lifestealer. Classically, Lifestealer is pretty happy in this lane, and it does kind of open up FNG to make these rotations and feel safe that his Lifestealer is not going to get killed off. So we'll probably see a bit more of that. Or we'll just make stacks. One or the other.
I think stacks is just better because you have Leshrac who wants to farm it. But then again, VP know those stacks are happening. Viper will want to steal that.
Yeah, they need to be very aware of that on the side of Alliance.
And Tide.
Can't let these stacks go.
I fully expect both DM and GPK to just run in there about 5.5 minutes in, maybe 6 minutes in. Meanwhile, Limp does get a haste rune and is just farming it up. He's not going to die to the Viper any longer while he still has that haste.
Yep, get out of jail free card. It's very nice for him in the mid lane. Like he doesn't want to be playing aggressively remotely onto this Viper. He just wants to survive this lane and then hit jungle creeps afterwards.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Epileptic Kid still doing very well at the moment, level 4. Last time I saw S4 play into this Omni Sven combo with this Timber, I think it was an Omni Sven combo. He did very, very well. This time around, not as good. I wonder if it's because of the Nyx factor. It could possibly be. Oh, Hanskin steals the bounty. The stun. Good. FNG going for the other bounty. Dude, FNG has just been such a menace this game. Damn. This man, he refuses to lose. It's like a... Yeah.
Yeah, he's mad. He wants his team to stay in the tournament. He's doing everything he can. He's making the plays. He's having an absolutely dream time on the Shadow Demon so far, making a ton of really nice plays.
His first 5 minutes has been really spot on by FNG so far.
Good stuff.
So
the rotation to mid, the 0-minute jukes, the taking the bounty runes.
It's time.
So far.
Radiant
He wants the farm. 5:30. Here it is. Any rotations from VP? Doesn't look like it. Limp. Oh, look at this juicy farm.
That splitter.
That feels so good.
Ugh, yum yum creeps. Meanwhile, down in the bottom lane, Lepoletic is kind of being chased by S4 here. He's trying to go for the kills. Ilias is going to be able to heal him up though, so I don't think he's in too much danger of actually dying. Although saying that, he just hits level 6, gets the chakram, and that's going to be first blood for S4 solo onto the Sven. Whilst this Leshrac farms up these jungle creeps all by himself. I mean, this is looking real good for Alliance currently.
Yeah. Just the fact that they got that farm and get the solo kill, he instantly went from 6 to 7 as soon as he kills this creep, like just a sliver away. And this is where it's so problematic for VP, right? The catapult is down here. The Viper canceled this TP, so he can't actually get down here to try and save this tower either. As for a little bit low on mana, that's pretty much the only saving grace for them right now for this tower.
Yeah, but he's going to pop that soul ring and throw a bit of harassment the way of Ilias, continually chop him down. Meanwhile, Lifestealer going for a play onto DM up in the top lane. They want to try and crack the watermelon, and they might be able to do exactly that. Ag Special not going to help you against the magic damage of the Leshrac. They could maybe even pop the Rage as well, just to purge it off so they bring him down. Meanwhile, Hanskin at mid is going to get targeted up. Science comes through, he's going for the TP as well, but he's not going to be able to make it out of there. Save and GPK just do way too much damage to him, and he will fall.
Yeah. Meanwhile, bottom still the pressure on the tower. Ilias trying his absolute best. He's got pretty good levels for himself, but that catapult is just not dying. As for just not allowing it to fall.
Nope. He is not. He is tanking up from the tower, tanking up from Ilias, just trying to run around in circles. Decides, hey, you know what? My time on this plane is done. Meanwhile, Limp dies up in the middle lane. They take down the Leshrac. That's pretty insane. Yeah, they get themselves both FNG and Limp, and now open up for this tower at mid.
So DM sees GPK and Save completely controlling the mid lane, decides to TP there as soon as he's alive. Gets that big ravage onto these heroes. That's a hero you want to shut down early, Leshrac. You don't want to let this hero come online whatsoever. Because if he does, he's going to take all your towers very quickly. He's very hard to catch with that Boots of Travels build. And he just goes completely out of control from there. Very tight game so far. Like, the cores are only maybe 100, 200 gold apart from each other. Like, you see Alliance all at the top, but it's very close.
It is tight. It is tight. Less than 1k gold advantage for Alliance currently. And this Sven, you know, he's got the 3 points in Great's Cleave. He's going to run into the jungle and just do as much as he possibly can. He will farm faster than the Lifestealer if they give him the space to do so. Meanwhile, they found FNG going for a D-ward here. He's going to get dropped pretty quickly by Save and GPK. Disruption comes out, but they won't be saving him. Stun comes in from Handskin, doesn't quite connect onto GPK. FNG with the heals, it's not enough though. He's going to get burnt away by the poison of GPK. This combo of the Viper and the Skywrath is very nice as well. Just throwing down the poison attacks, throwing down the arcane bolts with the concussive shots. It's a lot of damage amplification. This time Hanskin is able to get off the spike carapace just about in time, but so much nukes coming through. The purification along with the right clicks and the spells coming out from the side of Virtus.pro will secure them this kill. And Limp, he is hanging on to Ilias here, but I don't know. Will he actually finish the job? Right clicks coming through, but the silence comes out. GPK and Save. They are playing defensively to save their Omni Knight, and they're going to do exactly that. They might even get the turnaround kill as well. Let's see, a miss up onto the high ground might be enough to save him. FNG comes in and just disrupts him for the end of the poison, so Limp will survive.
Yeah, Limp was pretty dead there. If it wasn't for that disruption. It's coming to the mid lane just in the nick of time. This did force S4 to come mid now, so he's not going to be pressuring up bottom or defending top. I mean, Nico Baby is already doing that.
Yeah.
He's going to be a bit vulnerable to Viper though. S4. Oh, look what S4 is doing. He's trying to steal the bounties. And they're going to get 3 bounties again on Alliance.
Ooh,
dude, Alliance is on point this game. They're really got their head in the game.
Yeah, they do. They are having a great time just playing this laning phase, playing this early game. But, you know, they had an impressive early game last time as well. It was when the team fights came in where we started to get concerned about them. So, again, waiting until the team fights before I make any judgments on how this game's going to go.
For sure. Again, big group up mid on BP. They really want to protect this catapult and take this tier 1 tower. And by doing this attacks right now, Sven is farming freely. No pressure on him whatsoever.
He is living
Very
the dream.
Soon to take over Nico Baby 2, who's been pretty much completely free farming. Did not lane into a Timber Saw or anything like that.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Handskin doing a bit of scouting, saying hello to DM and GPK and watching them rotate up into the Lifestealer, so Nico Baby's going to know there's a lot of heroes heading his way right now. And it looks like he's trying to bait something. He has himself an Infest, of course, but he's got to be wary of that silence, which is available in 2 seconds. But he knows that, and he's just going to back himself away.
They also know DM TP bottom, so there can't be a Tidehunter in this top lane. Alliance just gonna run everybody middle. They're gonna pop the Edict in 1 second. Limp is doing such a great job. He forced a Tide bottom with this Edict and the Glyph, and now he goes middle for the tier 1 tower. Alliance opening up the map really well at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to kind of equate their both, and the map presence of both of these teams. Cause I feel like Virtus.pro are just looking to already move on to their next tower, but then Alliance already took this bottom tower earlier on, so yeah, VP are just lagging a little bit behind in this game so far. But I'm not worried.
They are, and it's really annoying to play against Leshrac when your towers are dead, because you need to be very quick with your TPs and catches on the zero. You wouldn't want him to get out of control as soon as he gets that Boots of Travels. He doesn't have it yet though. That's the one thing for VP going for them at the moment.
Yeah, they are not quite on him just yet. In fact, he goes for a full wand rather than going in for the Boots Travel. In fact, he's actually queued up a BKB, interestingly.
Ooh, he has a different game plan then.
Yeah.
He just wants to fight into VP zeros.
I mean, I like it. I think they are going to need these BKBs in this game, other than the Lifestealer, of course. Although, even then, I feel like super late game, they might be considering as they jump onto GPK, and they are going to be able to take him down instantaneously. Goodbye, Viper. Save unable to do anything. Throws in a one last spell before he leaves. Meanwhile, Athletic is getting run down by Limp. Oh no! Oh no, the Leshrac gets a solo kill onto the enemy Sven. That's not how the story is supposed to go, and now Save's in some trouble as well. S4 realizing there's very little threats on the board, but unfortunately it gets silenced up, and S4 won't be able to finish the job on to the Skywrath. But wow, 2 critical kills across the map for Alliance here, as Limp's making some magic happen on this Leshrac.
It's a pretty big minute on Virtus.pro right now. Oh, sorry, for Alliance right now. They got mid tower, bottom tower, top tower soon to be dead. They get 3 huge kills, especially with the Sven and the Viper. And look at VP's map control right now. They're like pretty much squished onto their side of the map. Yeah. And they really need to make something happen. Save hasn't been able to make any plays with the Mystic Flare yet.
No, he's been very limited in what he's been able to output. I see Nico Baby and Hanskin here. I mean, they've got the silence, which they're going to throw down onto the Lifestealer straight away. They want to try and bring him down here. Hanskin trying to get inside that Mystic Flare, but he gets a rage off and gets inside Hanskin to save his life. Meanwhile, S4 jumping into the fight. They've used a couple of their ultis now, so I don't think they're very scared on Alliance, but at the same time, the Sven's nearby. They're seeing if they can maybe bait out a God Strength, something like that, as the silence gets dropped onto S4, so he can't move around for just a little bit. There comes the Atos, there comes the God Strength. They're going to be able to take down the Timber Saw, but in the back, Nico Baby's going to jump out the other side, but the GA is there to counter it, so he can't actually bring down any heroes. And now the rage is ending. He doesn't have an Infest either. He could be in some trouble. FNG comes in with the save, drops a disruption, drops down the Demonic Purge, but there's a Ravage to control up the Lifestealer and to get on top of these 2 heroes. Beautifully done from DM to now move on top of FNG as well. He's going to be the next hero taken out by Virtus.pro, and Hanskin is coming into the creep wave. I think he wants to try and buy a bit of time here and see if he can just stop these pushes coming through. Goes for the TP away and will make it out. But still, once again, Alliance, we've read this book before. They do great throughout the laning phase. They turn up to that first engagement, and it just goes horribly wrong.
Yeah, a little bit of miscommunication from Alliance. S4 really wanted to fight and man up in that situation, but Nico Baby did use his rage before he infested into the Nyx, so he wanted that rage to be back up again before they would take the fight and try to kill the Viper. So Alliance probably should have just backed off as soon as they saved their Lifestealer, but sticking around a little too long and getting completely punished for it.
Well, not the first fight which Alliance were hoping for in this game. They thought they'd kind of played it really nicely as they managed to force out the God Strength, but then they realized that Timber Saw was actually getting beaten down pretty quickly. And I mean, I did like the idea, you know, force the God Strength, and then whilst they're focused on the Timber, try and go for a
Bottom.
kill. Oh, FNG is there once again with the disruption, perfectly positioned to make sure this Lifestealer can get out of it. Now he pops a Rage, actually looking to go in onto GPK here. He does not have an Infest, but doesn't really need it as the Split Earth comes through from Lim from the side to bring down the Viper, and now they look towards Save as well. He's trying to get himself away, but guess what? There's a Yules, and there's too much damage for this Skyraptor to withstand it. He's going to lose his life as well.
What a counterplay. That was so beautiful from FNG. I mean, he's always at the right place at the right time in this game. Getting that save on to the Lifestealer, purging up the Viper so he can't get out. Leshak also there, ready to fight with his allies. Trying to build up some momentum once again after losing that engagement top. Just gonna keep pressing on bottom. One thing about Lions' draft, they cannot do Roshan very well. So there isn't a whole lot of reason for them to play around the top and mid area of the map, apart from stopping the Sven's farm. But Nico Baby, he prefers to just play for his own farm at the moment, try to pressure this bot lane up, and I think that's the right call too. Leshak does have Edict that can take this tier 2 towers down very quickly. Maybe they also want to bring him down there.
Yeah, he is going for this Desolator on the Lifestealer to try and make Roshan a more feasible objective for them. But unfortunately, that's going to be a little while before he has it.
Limp also making his way to that BKB. He's got it very soon. They want to wait for these items actually before they take any engagements on the lines.
You know what I actually wanted to see on GPK this game? Oh, S4, Timber Chain up to the high ground. FNG and S4 will be able to escape. Yeah, you know what I want to see on GPK this game though?
What's
I
up?
would have really liked a Blade Mail from him to try and play
Ooh,
into
against the Leshak and the Timber. Yeah, it could have been good.
Not just that as well, but also with Save Silence, you know, Blade Mail reflects the type of magic damage, the type of damage you receive, so if it's magic, then the Ancient Seal is going to amplify the damage being reflected, so you can see heroes just pop if they try and go on this Viper if they get the Ancient Seal put on them. Leshak won't have
I do like the Atos first though, because they don't have any catch really, especially since the Sven is just going to be farming up, so that's still okay. Maybe you just realize like, oh, I just need a bigger item right now. But I do like the idea of Blade Mail. It's pretty good.
But BKB also going to be very strong into this Leshak and this Timber as well, so just opting for the Magic community. They want to fight. Virtus.pro, they want to be as strong as possible. They love it when everyone's looking golden, when their 3 cores are looking nice and unkillable. That is when they feel strongest.
Yeah, and Alliance are feeling very comfortable to stay split on this map. Like Lifestealer just bottom, he knows he can't die right now. He's pretty tanky, he can just pop the Rage, TP out. Timber also feels unkillable. So Leshak has all the freedom to farm up the jungle camps, whereas VP, they need to stay tight together. They have the fear of this Nyx assassin or some kind of a smoke or something that could possibly come out. Look how many sentries they got on the side of the Radiant on the map right now.
Yeah, so they are littering the enemy jungle with it. They want to know. They want to know where the wards are, and they want to get down the vision, and they want to make sure that they've got the advantage if they take a fight in the enemy jungle, which seems to be exactly what they want to do. Atos out onto S4. He doesn't really mind though. He's a happy boy. He's even got himself a Lotus Orb now as well, going straight Hood Lotus. That Purge's going to be very strong.
8 sentries of Virtus.pro versus 4 of Alliance is on the map right now.
Wow.
That's a very sad Omni Knight. Constantly having to buy a bunch of cents just because of the Nyx factor at the moment.
But you know the thing I really like about Timbersaur's Lotus Orb purchase this game is that it can cover for the weaknesses of the Lifestealer. Because if he gets silenced, obviously he can't get off the Rage. So that's when the Lotus Orb is going to come in to purge that off and just make sure he can get off these Rages in the team fights.
It's very good. It's what Lifestealer needs as soon as the Rage he also needs these defensive items when the Rage finishes. Right? Because that's actually his weakest point. Not when like he needs to use a Rage, but when his Rage is about to run out. So Lotus, Glimmer Capes, these disruptions just to save. These are the things that Lifestealer enjoys having on his teammates.
Yeah, he does. He
it's actually
just wants to be
often it's often very very scary thing when you're playing Lifestealer and you pop your Rage and there's like so many heroes around you. Because you need to plan your escape out. Once your Rage is down, you're pretty much a useless creep for the most part.
More or less. But they have now finished off the Desolator. I'm thinking they want to make some play, but DM just jumps in, drops a Ravage straight away. They're going to be able to completely destroy Handskin. Nico Baby manages to get off that rage, but he's going to get Viper ulted up as well, controlling him up just a little bit. He needs to get inside a homie, and he's going to jump inside FNG. Meanwhile, S4 in the middle of the entire enemy team, but he is going to be able to get that Timber chain away to safety. Now VP, they've dropped their ultimates for this one. Do Alliance back themselves away, or do they continue poking? I mean, GPK is getting those poisons stacked up upon him, but he is going to be alright as he backs himself off. Alliance, they don't want to get overzealous here. They can just wait for their Nick Assassin to be back, and they can go for the counter-strike.
Definitely. This is Alliance's timing right now, right? They got that BKB on Limp. Lifestealer has a Desolator. Ravage is on cooldown. Gaussian's on cooldown. Instant smoke as soon as Hansken gets back.
And as for baiting beautifully in the middle lane, he can throw that load sub off onto himself, but he doesn't even need to as he jumps forwards onto the Viper. Viper getting beaten down here as Nico Baby just jumps in for save. The GA comes out, but unfortunately heals onto GPK, takes it off immediately, and they can just get on top of this Viper and kill him off as well. 2 kills for Alliance, and much less committed compared to what VP threw down for it. And guess what? They're heading into Roshan. They've got a Desolator. They've got 4 points in the Diabolic Edict. This Roshan is going to absolutely melt.
Indeed it is, and there's nothing that VP can do about this. 1 more minute left on the Ravage. Looking back now, that Ravage onto the Nyx probably was not worth it, as there was no other follow-up to go on to the next targets.
No, if they could have somehow found Nico Baby in the back after that, then yeah, it could have been something, but they needed to deal with Handskin. You can't let that Nyx Assassin survive and then just get an impale on the back of you, so... But Virtus.pro really had their options limited, and now Nico Baby's going to pick up an Aegis.
He's a happy boy. Nico Baby. Just gonna keep shoving this bottom lane all the way out. And no fear of dying. Just pop rage, walk away, jump into a creep. But he did TP though. Doesn't have a TP escape. So he's just gonna be a bit patient for his teammates.
Yeah, but FNG, he's here to babysit. He's actually just being stalked by this Tidehunter illusion.
Yeah. They just A-click him. Chase him around. It's so annoying.
He's just pinging it. He's going, Nico Baby.
He's like, yo, Nico Baby,
please.
Can you kill this? They see me.
I
wonder what they're waiting for right now on Alliance. Do they have any big items coming out? I guess Leshak has 500 gold from his Boot of Travels. Lifestealer, no, not really close to this AC. I would like to see them play top and mid and try to finish off these last 2 tier 2 towers.
Yeah, me too.
On Alliance. Also, that will give a chance for VP to show themselves in front of you, and maybe you can win those fights while you have this Aegis up.
But I was going to say it looks like they're making that classic sweep, but instead they infest inside the Nyx Assassin. Nyx Assassin pops the Vendetta, and he's going to now look for a hero to hunt. Meanwhile, they're throwing some spells at Leshak in mid, but Lib's pretty chill. He knows how tanky he is. He's got himself a Yules. He's got himself a BKB. Good luck bringing this guy down. He's a big
He also fogs the Stormhammer there.
Radiant
And Leshak just walks away. And now he's going to be a fast boy. He's got Boots of Travels. Ooh, purple rune. Oh boy, that's a big rune for Lesh.
It is indeed. And Hanskin's going to be able to pop the entire smoke of Virtus.pro. However, they jump the Nyx Assassin, but Nico Baby just pops out. Hello, surprise! I'm going to jump straight on to save. Meanwhile, Epileptic Hit being controlled up in this team fight as he can't really get off his ultimate, but now he looks for a target. FNG controlling up with the Demonic Purge and just controlling the heroes, but now a big Ravage coming down. They might be able to take down Nico Baby with the cleave. They will be able to do so for the first time, but he's coming back to life, and they're losing health. DM is going to be the first one to go down here, probably, as they will get on top of him and take him out, along with Save dying earlier on. Alliance, they take this fight once again. It cost them the Aegis, but they'll be more than happy with that.
Limp also TPing after Epileptic Kid.
Epileptic Kid.
He's got him. Jukes.
Oh, Jukes.
All right.
Yep, blink across. Bye.
That's a place I have not seen. Someone juking into that little area there. Limp is still looking for him.
He is. He's confused.
Ankles be broken for Mr. Limp here. He's just like, alright, whatever, I give up. Just gonna go for the tower. That would have been an insanely huge kill.
Yeah, that would have been game turning. But
looking
still big.
Back at that last fight, man, VP are really lacking the damage output at the moment. Alliance with that disruption save, All they were able to really get was the Aegis from the Light Stealer. Timber wasn't even close to dying. Ilias?
Uh-oh. Yeah, this little hammer boy has hammered his last nail today, as he's going to get killed off trying to just be on the enemy side of the map, find some bounties, find some runes, find some camps. Where he believed it might be safe. 10k gold advantage for Alliance, though. They're feeling very, very happy. Eleshrak is strong, their Lifestealer is stronger. The Sven, he's still a threat, but yeah, in the last fight, like, he tried to go for the backlines, and then FNG just straight up dumped the Demonic Purge onto his face, and he's like, oh, I'm moving at 2 miles per hour. This is problematic. He could just
Alliance
get his damage off.
absolute control. Alliance are in absolute control of this game, not only like on the map, but also in the team fights.
Yeah.
You would think this Ravage is a big spell, but it feels like they don't have the burst available during the Ravage, since Sven is slightly behind at the moment.
Yeah, well, DM being hunted by Nico, baby Hanskin coming in as well. He's going to have that break to offer to make it just a little bit easier to crack this watermelon. He gets off a meg, but it's not going to save him. And did FNG just drop them on? Okay, all right, FNG, fine. Really got strong feelings towards the Tidehunter.
It's just a 50-second or 1 minute cooldown. He's good. They're gonna go straight to the high ground with the Tidehunter being dead. Lightstealer can always pop that rage, hit for like a couple seconds, get out. Edict.
Just Timber chains past the entire barracks just to flex. And there's a buyback from the Tidehunter. I think they should probably consider leaving, although Epileptic's got him pretty deep, but he's got a BKB of his own as they invest into S4 to just try and get themselves away. Alliance, they want to try and leave. They pop the God Strength and they pop the BKB onto VP. If they can actually get themselves away, then this could be huge. And it looks like they're going to be able to. I mean, S4, he's just sitting there watching them hit him. He doesn't care. But now the Ravage comes in. They might be able to take them heroes down to the back lines, but it doesn't matter. They're just duking them out perfectly. FNG will finally will even fall. He's just going to walk away. He doesn't give a damn. DM's going to die instead. And now with the stun coming out onto GPK, they control him up. Sage's going to lose his life. Nika Baby finds the Sven. Sven trying to turn around, but he hits like a wet flannel as they take him down. Hanskin is the only one to die on the side. That's it. They're done. They are done. GG called. Alliance take game 2, drawing out the series in a very convincing way. I did not expect this.
That was crazy. I mean, this Leshrak, it all came down, to be honest, to the Timber Saw in the end, right? Yep. This is the first time where BP, they lost their Omni Sven lane. Sure, he farmed well and all, but this Timber got that solo kill, became level 7, and then after that, they just could never kill him. And their only stun on BP's side, apart from the Sven who wants to farm, was a Tidehunter Ravage. And that's like a big cooldown. So they couldn't really make many plays either on the side of Virtus.pro afterwards. And Alliance, like, not only was Timber amazing, FNG this game was absolutely incredible.
Performance. Like
his first 5 minutes was spot on. His mid game, like camping the right heroes, disrupting first, making a counter play, and just turning the fights around, just pretty much stalled all of VP's potential momentum that they could build up with the kills that they could have gotten had FNG not been there. So big plays from them. Like Alliance, this was probably one of their best games in terms of like the players being at the right place at the right time, casting their spells, just understanding how BP like to play and completely shutting them down.
Yeah, and even in the team fights as well, FNG, dropping the Demonic Purge onto the Sven, stopping him from really finding any targets, controlling him up really, really nicely, disrupting himself for all the targets, which the Sven wanted to jump on. He wants to pop that God Strength, get a kill straight off the bat, and then just kind of rampage through the engagements, but FNG just controlled him up so nicely and saved the targets, like, constantly, just in the right place and the right time. Like, if FNG isn't your MVP, then WTF, that's what I'm saying. And that's going to tie things off for this second game, drawing us to a third and final climactic finale to this series. We've got one more game to go here in this best of 3. Sit tight, hold on to your pants, and get ready for game number 3 in Virtus.pro versus Alliance here at the OGA Dota Pit. We'll see you very soon.
fortified. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Hello and welcome back to the OGA Dota Pit. My name is Nomad. Joining me is 1437 as we get back into this very exciting elimination series. It is Alliance versus Virtus.pro. Virtus.pro absolutely smashed Alliance in the team fights in game number 1. Game number 2, unfortunately, they weren't able to do the same thing. Alliance turned things around, drew the series even with some spectacular team fighting, some awesome laning, and some standout performances, notably from FNG on his Shadow team. And let's get in to the third and final game of this series. Do you have any predictions about the draft coming into this one, Theban?
I was gonna say if the draft didn't already start, they were gonna ban Timbersaw possibly this game, and they do. They banned the Timber, and they have picked Omni Knight and Sven once again, 3 games in a row.
Wow. Okay, all right. They get a third time over. Didn't work last time, but Virtus.pro say, "Hey,
That's Profit.
you still haven't figured it out," and they ban out the Timber.
Yeah, I think they're gonna pick Death Profit possibly right now on Alliance. The Timber was a huge problem in the end. Like, they really didn't have the answer for it. They thought they did with the Viper, then the Skyrat. I really didn't like the Tidehunter. The Tidehunter wasn't able to be that tanky hero because of the Timbersaw.
Yeah,
in the draft, right? So the Tide was like, yeah, very awkward pickup, and they also started to lack like disables because the Mars got banned out. I think Alliance this time maybe they go for the DP again. Yep, that's what they got, and they're gonna ban out the Mars in the second phase once again. Alliance are thinking like Viper was not a problem, didn't really matter. We don't need to get rid of that hero. We just gotta get rid of this Mars.
So that will be the DP picked up for Alliance. Yeah, I mean they love this hero. They can play it between mid and off lane. It's really nice for them to just kind of play it around. Or they could do a Kuro and play it on 5. Who knows? Maybe they've had some influence from that from Nigma's captain. But yeah, they dropped the DP in as their second pick as their answer to this Omni Knight and this Sven.
Now BP ban out the Light Stealer. That's what Alliance picked in game number 2. They just want a different game in terms of like what Alliance have.
Yeah,
in their draft.
Yeah.
So that's why Timber, Lifestealer, the 2 heroes that we talked about last game. Like Alliance, if they want to have a good game, especially with the Nixon lineup, they had to win their 2 side lanes, and they did.
Yeah, they did.
They won really hard actually. In those 2 side lanes. So they had all the stuff checked out, like what they needed to do to accomplish their task, and Alliance now they find themselves in game number 3. Really didn't expect that actually going into the series today. I'll be honest with you, because Alliance have been a little bit shaky. They have been on their way back up ever since they beat the teams in the tier 2 in Epic League.
Yeah. They've
and
been
last game that was so nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think as the DPC draws closer, a lot of these teams just kind of let the quality drop over the online season, are going to start to find their passion again. And I think this break over the Christmas period is going to do a lot, and I think we're going to see things really shake up. Just something slightly unrelated to this game. Do you think we're going to see much shuffling going on before the DPC starts?
It's possible. I wouldn't be surprised. I think especially in Southeast Asia, there's going to be some shuffles. I'm not so sure if there's like in other regions what it's going to look too much like. I know definitely in SEA there's going to be quite a bit happening. There's a lot of really good players available too. In Europe, possible, maybe teams like Mud Golems, for example, who've been struggling for the past couple of weeks and such. But teams like Virtus.pro, nah. Alliance, probably not.
No, these teams, they've been kind of grinding through this online period with the idea of, playing towards the DPC. These are the squads they've made since last, basically, since the last shuffle. And they want to see these teams play at TI before anybody shuffles or switches around, to see if they've got that magic, and everyone believes they do, because otherwise they wouldn't be here.
Yeah, most definitely. It's more about building up your team, having that cohesion that matters more than just changing up a player, pretty much. Because all these guys, they play a lot of Dota, and they play plenty of Dota. Ooh, and Alliance steal the Mars instead of banning it out. So they do have the pick out of the phase, so they take that away from VP. That being said, this DP is going to be the mid then, and Mars is most likely going to be the offlane. I don't think I can say I've seen Limp play Mars before. There are some teams that are willing to put Mars mid, but I'm not sure Alliance is one of those. And it's going to look like an S4 Mars, Limp on the Death Prophet. He'll have a little bit more XP, maybe collapse onto Sven's lane at some point with the EXO and the Siphons. VP now, they see the position 3 and the 2 now, so I wouldn't be surprised for them to just pick up the mid laner as early as now. Viper, Invoker banned out, and Queen of Pain. The 3 big heroes for GPK. This, again, another bad Kunkka game. I love watching him play Kunkka, by the way, GPK. Even though he buys Aghanim's, it's really good with it. You go with the Phoenix. They take that away from Alliance as well. They didn't want to see Alliance get Phoenix Mars combo. Sven does not like to play against Egg.
No, he does not. No, this Phoenix is a pretty menacing hero, especially when you're comboing it up with anything like the Mars. So they'll take for themselves on VP. I mean, I quite like it with Sven as well. And any AoE stun, and I instantly like Phoenix much, much more. And they definitely have that Virtus.pro.
It looks like Alliance, are they going to take the carry again? And no, they're not. They're going to wait for the carry this pick, right? Because they don't want to let VP pick this offlaner to counter their carry here, which is very much possible. Yeah, it would be not a good idea for them. But again, Alliance have been picking like Lifestealer like the last game in this position. Lifestealer might be the one hero that is okay because it's hard to draft against or try to beat him in the lane, but VP already banned that out. So they don't really have that option of like this carry who just doesn't really care what he lanes into.
I stroked my beard in anticipation. I'm going to say Alliance are going to pick up a Mirana.
You know, Nomad, this is a very tense situation for Virtus.pro.
Because they're one game from elimination.
They've been dominating a lot. Exactly. And they're one game away from elimination, right? They've been... there it is. Undying. They didn't ban it. They didn't ban it first phase. They didn't ban it second phase on VP. They thought it's a 5 Shadow Demon. And the Undying is out. Now they got their own big teamfight skill to counter up with the Egg here, with the Tomb. Sven hates playing against Undying. This means possible SAPPHIRE pickup from Virtus.pro, I think.
Yeah. It's got to be...
They're going to need something like that. Yeah, they need it, I think. They don't have many other choices.
Yeah.
Like, Quap could have been nice. Yeah.
I don't think I want to see the Mirana from Virtus.pro, though. A, because I can't remember them playing it, and B, I just don't really like it. It doesn't fit. Pretty sure. Yeah, that's not much of a flex. I think you've frozen for me, but oh, there we go. Never mind. You're going like maybe 1 frame a minute, but it's okay. I'm sure we'll get you back. There we go.
Philippines internet. Shout out to the internet in the Philippines. Happens. Bloodseeker offlane. Okay. Okay. So this Bloodseeker pick is to lane against the Undying, right? Yeah. Because Undying steals strength. Bloodseeker agility hero wouldn't mind too much and has a lot of sustain in the lane. That being said, Bloodseeker plus Phoenix is not a very good combo. Bloodseeker likes to lane with these disable heroes that can make sure his blood right lands, like Tiny, Rubik, even Venge, for example. But Phoenix, though, and they really got caught off guard with the Undying.
Yeah, overall, this Virtus.pro draft is just lacking in stuns. Like they're really lacking. All they've got is Stormhammer, and you don't want your carry player to be the only one with that stun. So they really need something at mid. I'm thinking Zeus for Virtus.pro. Sorry, not Zeus. Storm Spirit for Virtus.pro. I think that would kind of fill in their draft. It's a little greedy, but I think that's what I want.
Yeah, I like it too. I like Storm. I like Void Spirit. One of the Spirit roles for sure. Void Spirit is probably a little bit better because it allows you to fight early on. With the Bloodseeker.
True. It's less greedy.
Storm is like, it has a chance to get wrecked, possibly. They ban out the Puck on Alliance.
Yeah, true. And Void's just
Huh.
less counterable as well. So they ban the Puck Alliance. I'm very surprised about that, actually. I don't think Virtus.pro are going to go for that. But I guess they could have. Leash seems
Oh,
pretty
they definitely
good.
could have.
Yeah.
Right? The coil for the Sven, then also the egg, Bloodseeker Blood, right? It's all pretty good. But VP definitely needs something that's like a little bit faster than Puck even. And that's where I think like the Spirit Bros could be good. But most likely Void Spirit is what I would love to see.
Could be an option, as I think we might have lost Theban temporarily again. The Filipino internet not doing its best at the moment, but final 40 seconds of this pick for Virtus.pro. You're coming in and out, don't worry. Okay. So final pick for Virtus.pro, looking for that mid laner. Void Spirit's up prediction. Ember could possibly an option. Storm as well, depending on what they want to go for. I mean, it is GPK. He does love playing Storm Spirit, but that's the main thing influencing my decision. In other directions, I don't think there's much available other than that. With the amount of bans that have been on the board for Alliance, I think. Yeah, they go Snapfire. Okay, all right. This was mentioned earlier on. Definitely a good option for Virtus.pro. Just takes down that Tombstone, gives them something to deal with it, and also does play quite early, and then you can get that Ultimata with the Agnims later on and throw in like the Bloodseeker or something.
So they were weighing their options, right? Are we going to take something to kill the Tomb, or are we going to pick something that can disable and run around the map? So they actually opted for the Snapfire instead. There's a hero that can do a lot of damage. Not that amazing against Shadow Demon, though. Disruption, very good against Snap. And they go with the last pick, Nico Baby, Juggernaut. Ooh, Juggernaut into Guardian Angel. It's okay. Bloodseeker, I mean, Undying Juggernaut also not going to have the biggest kill threat, but still a very strong combo. Every time I see Nico Baby play Jug, he just sounds like the freest game.
He does. Yeah. And honestly, it's not that like, so usually we're pretty worried about this this Omni Knight into Juggernaut thing, but you've got yourself Hanskin playing this Shadow Demon. If he wants to, he can go. I mean, he'll definitely go Aether. He can go Blink. But he's going to be there to purge off that GA and make sure that Nico Baby can land these ultimates when they need them to. So yeah, I actually really like this Jug pick. I think it's very nice. Gives you some kill potential on that egg and a lot of counters here as well. So yeah, I'm a big fan of the Jug pick. Is it enough to bring the favor into Alliance's side? I'm not sure. I think this is the most even draft we've had so far. Look at the laning phase. I think it looks pretty good for Alliance again, but Alliance have been pretty solid in their lanes so far. It's about the fights, it's about the team fights, and when it comes down to that, I'm struggling to call this one, honestly. I think I'm going to be slightly Virtus.pro leaning. Slightly.
All right, I'll take Alliance. Why not?
You will? All right.
Let's go. I like the heals. I like that they made VP, they cornered VP into a draft where they don't have a whole lot of disables. Yeah, and VP is a team that likes to play with a lot of disables. They like to make the game simple for them. It's like stun hero, kill hero. You know, that's just their style. But in this game, Bloodseeker, Phoenix offlane, and their best stun is like a Sven once again. Unless GPK goes completely ham in this laning stage, there's going to be a lot of disable problems for VP.
There are indeed. Yeah, I got to agree with that. I can see the issues, but at the same time, it's Omni Sven, guys. Come on, it's Omni Sven. As long as they don't get too caught out by the Shadow Demon, then
it bled last game.
Yeah,
they took it out one time. They don't have the Timber though this game. That's true. And S4 is a little bit more vulnerable on a hero like Mars.
Yeah,
but I still believe in the S5 head.
Okay, all right. Let's see who will come out ahead here in game at number 2 as we start things off with a pause, just getting some things sorted out, some internets plugged in, some cables rejigged as we get started. It is an elimination match. It comes down to one final game between these two teams, Alliance versus Virtus.pro, who is going to take the victory and move on in this tournament in the lower bracket, and who is going to lose and have to stay home. Everyone's staying home. You know, it's COVID, but you know, go home. We can't say that because it's not a land, so that's all we're left with, unfortunately. Save's Phoenix was very good in game number 1 as well. It doesn't quite have the same freedom this time, I don't think. Last time they had so much AoE with the Sven and with the Queen of Pain, just protecting the egg. I mean, maybe they do with the Snapfire, but I kind of feel like the Jug can just run in and start smashing it, and they've got the arena to try and like give them the space they need to destroy this egg if it gets too aggressively poked. So I don't think Save is as free to drop these supernovas down as he wants, as he was in game number 1.
No, he really isn't. There isn't a whole lot of protection from him. He's going to need DM to be very farmed and tank up a lot so he can run in and create a lot of chaos for him. Same with Epileptic Kid. It's bottom Mars versus Shadow Demon lane. Sven should have a pretty good time here. He's not going to be too afraid of dying, I want to say, because the Omni isn't really going to leave him at any point in time. But as for he might be in trouble when Hanskin goes for that 4-minute power room bottom, as we saw in game number 1. VP doing that thing where they just go really aggressive when the enemy support leaves the lane.
Well, let's see how these lanes seem to go. I'm certainly interested to see which way it will fall, because Alliance have been pretty dominant in the laning phases in the series so far. Virtus.pro, they've got... I still don't think they've got strong lanes. Like they just don't seem to care. They're just like, you know what? Screw the lanes. We'll just come back by fighting. That is their plan. It's the young versus the old as well. You know, VP, there's so much young talent on this squad. Almost every single player is relatively unknown for the past kind of year or 2 years, and has recently kind of come in and has just started beating everyone. It's been very exciting to watch. A couple of players which we have watched grow over this year-long period as well. Ilias has been around for a while. He was with Na'Vi, GPK, of course, started Gambit, and then moved up from there. What do I think?
Do you think this VP has potential to be better than that VP that won multiple majors?
Oh, that's a really hard thing to say, because there's something special about that VP, but there's something special about this VP. I think, yeah, they've got the potential, for sure.
I think so too. I think this team has so much potential. As long as they're not like a one-patch wonder, next patch we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
But if this team, because that VP was like strong in almost every patch, right? They just didn't perform as well as people expected them to at TI.
Yeah, so that was their major downfall. Hopefully this VP doesn't suffer from the same curse as the old ones, as FNG starts its lane by bullying the Phoenix. So the Phoenix going to turn around with some hits, and Nickobaby will fight up. Meanwhile, down lane, we got a disruption coming out as S4 setting up the God's Rebuke onto Ilias, just getting as much damage as they can onto this Omni, even going in for some body blocks with the illusions as well to get a little bit of extra value, a couple of extra hits in onto this Omni.
Hey, he also gets a Basilius every time he disrupts the Omni Knight. A little bit of mana regen too. Feels good, man.
Certainly does. Certainly does. So yeah, side lanes we're saying kind of slightly Alliance favored in probably both of the lanes, which is always worrying, but maybe they can do something as DM. Getting very low here to Nickobaby. That spin along with the decays is quite scary. And Nickobaby nearly takes him down. Gotta be cautious. Meanwhile, bottom, S4 also getting chased away by Ilias. Epileptic Kid. Yeah, that's the thing. Epileptic Kid will always be able to fall back to the jungle. It doesn't really matter how the Sven's lane goes. He's always able to come back to the jungle.
Yeah, there's a little bit of zoning going on in the top lane. Bloodseeker got very low after the Soul Rip, and now he's been staying away from the creep wave for some time. He's only got 3 last hits for the time being. Nickobaby looking to get that boots and then just try to spin onto the Bloodseeker again once Jug is level 3.
GPK this is a very some pretty heavy hits from Limp at mid. Has to get back under the tower and pop himself a couple of tangos to stay alive as Limp and him continue trading quite violently. Meanwhile, bottom, Ilias taking some hits, but Epileptic actually turning it around to S4 and giving him a decent amount of harassment. With that Heavenly Grace, they don't really want to turn around and hit the Omni Knight once he's got that bonus strength on top of him and their health regen and all that good stuff.
So far, lanes are looking pretty decent for Alliance. I thought mid lane could be a bit hard for Death Prophet, but Limp is playing so aggressively. Up here, GPK is struggling to just find last hits even. 8 to 14, and the wave is coming back up onto Limp's hill.
Yeah, Limp's having a great time in this middle lane, dominating as a Death Prophet. The thing about SAPPHIRE is that she can't play from that far away. Her right-click range is very, very small, for, at least for a ranged hero, and Limp is just going to continuously take advantage of that with the Spirit Siphons, with the harassment, but yeah, this is a problem for Maurice Nord, apparently. They just want to keep on chasing him away, keep on controlling him out. They've got a creep wave coming in, don't need to overextend for any kills, just keep the harassment going onto him, and force him to use his spells.
Yeah, he's got boots now, pops the mango, ready for that next Blade Fury. He just needs FNG to maybe get 2 decays out onto the Bloodseeker first. And DM is like very safe, playing extremely safe in this lane. He's only got 9 last hits because of how far back he's needed to be.
Yeah, he's not having a good lane to start off with here. Yeah, and FNG's also able to take himself a few creeps as well. Quite
dropping the tomb and then getting the pull off. Yeah, FNG is doing a spectacular job up in this top lane, just playing for the XP first. Again, this lane only gets harder for Bloodseeker.
Yeah, certainly not going to get easier anytime soon. He's going to have to come up with another way to play in this early game if he wants to have much game impact here. I mean, I imagine it's just going to be a case of they'll try and play with the lanes and get him to farm under his tower and then maybe start rotating in some other lanes or even jungling with the Blood Right. It's possible. It doesn't feel good to do so, but it's possible. Or maybe his team put pressure elsewhere and just try and draw away the support and get FNG out of the lane and then put it into a 1v1. But even then, I still think the Jug is fine by himself.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I mean, this is just a product of having a Phoenix support with the Bloodseeker. These blood rights, you know, can't be guaranteed onto these heroes, so Alliance can constantly make better trades because of it.
Yeah.
Look at mid, man. Oh my goodness, Limp. 33 to 19. GPK is just jungling.
He's laying the smackdown on this guy, and this is GPK. Yeah. This guy doesn't lose steal the rune very often.
Limp, he steals his rune.
Salt in the wound. GPK is left high and dry. As he tries to come in,
absolute dominance
CS
from Alliance.
Well, does able to secure that range creep at the very least for himself, but still GPK by no means happy. He's going to have to walk back to base to get that mana back, to get that bottle refilled. Maybe he's going to try and lane, but to be honest, I think he's probably just sitting in the jungle. Meanwhile, S4 is being real peppered in this bottom lane by Virtus.pro. They are not happy with this Mars' existence, and they keep on getting his health ball down real low, so he's going to have to limp back to base. It's actually the poorest of all the cores in the game right now. Being very much bullied.
He's not a Timbersaw this game against the Omni Sven, so there's a lot of harass damage that's quite annoying for him. But that's okay. His top and mid lane are doing so well. FNG coming in for the rune. GPK, he does have the kisses ready.
Yeah, might be tempted to drop a tombstone here. Double damage is found. Save, he's going to pick it up and probably looking to finish off FNG here. I wouldn't be surprised. In comes that soul rip and a jump forward from Save, but Handskin's ready. Drops down the disruption. They've got the ultimate from Limp here as well, but actually GPK is going to throw in the more of his kisses. Can he track Limp though? Doesn't look like he can. The DP's a little bit too squishly for him to bring him down. Meanwhile, Ilias comes in from the side, looking to help out with this one. They can't find the tombstone though. And that means that there's not much they can do about it. It's a little bit too far back with this.
DM also TPing.
Oh man,
damn. Yeah, they want to protect this mid lane bad. It's a lot of rotations coming out from VP, and I think Alliance should be quite happy with that. Just a little bit of chip damage, force the glyph away, free farm for the Juggernaut top. They get the Omni out of bottom. That leaves S4 to get some space too.
Yeah, he's got creeps under his tower as well, so he's been pretty happy to get himself a couple of small creeps, get himself back into the game a bit. Still a long way off
though. DM's very fast. 455, 60 MS. You know, there's a lot of battling happen on the map, so it just walks right back top. Nico Baby not yet level 6. Gonna get pressured up a little bit by these two. Where's his items on Nico Baby? Ah, he's got a Morbid Mask. Okay, he's going for that straight Mask of Madness first before the face boots. So when he pops that Omni Slash, he's gonna have crazy amount of DPS. Definitely the best build on Jug.
Are we predicting Mask of Madness into Midas, like we've seen certain heroes do?
No.
Or are we going for a different route?
Juggernaut does not face his void. He doesn't need minus. That's for sure.
You say that, but you know, if there was ever a game to do it, a game with a Phoenix in it, doesn't seem too bad with the attack speed, but no, I'm sure he won't.
He wouldn't. He's got a broom handle so far, looking for that Iron Talon if possible. I guess the big play right now we're looking for is Limp with his next EXO. Is he gonna make another play onto mid, or is he gonna go bottom? The game is starting to slow down right now as the heroes are getting to like level 5, level 6 areas, and both teams kind of just respecting the power levels of each other.
Yeah, there is a lot of respect in this game. Everybody's kind of just tiptoeing around each other.
No first blood.
No first blood, no. Last game it was wait until we had an ultimate, I think in the bottom lane, until we saw first blood, and I believe that was a Mars, I want to say, so...
No, it was S4 on his Timber. Killed the Sven,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, it was a Chakram onto the Omni Knight, and here we go, down in the bottom lane, they're going onto the Mars S4. He is absolutely going to get his mushroom sauteed down here by GPK with the rotation in, with the Modern's Kiss, and the God Strength from the Sven. Goodbye, little Mars. Made the rotation.
Yeah, and GPK.
Very nice.
He also gets the first blood. That he really needed that, because he was falling very far behind the DP, almost 1,000 gold.
Oh yeah.
And look what he's queued up this game. Is this the Thompson build? Is it?
Looking like
gonna
it.
Be that first item, E-Blade. Gold Scepter, first item queued up. I mean, it's pretty good against Juggernaut.
It is.
That's for sure.
It really is. And should protect you from the exorcisms for a while as well, right? When you use it on yourself.
Yeah, but the Siphon is just gonna be wrecking you, and the Trip Swarm as well. So you typically don't see the Ghost Scepter come out against DP.
Yeah, it is really quiet laning phase. Like DM's just chilling top, laning into the Juggernaut, hasn't ruptured him or anything. They're just kind of trading creeps, which honestly, Bloodseeker's doing really well. He's actually above the Juggernaut in net worth now, so DM has come back in this lane massively.
Ever since Undying left top and DM walked back top, he's been having a pretty good time. And bottom lane, they're gonna pop the EXO there. It's gonna be the first tower being taken, and the second tower top for Virtus.pro, as they brought a lot of heroes up here committing to this.
Yep. Just making that mirror movement, trading the bottom tower for the top tower. We see it all the time. And it's, well, no one really cares, to be honest. The carry just means the carry's probably going to move to the opposite lanes. I'll do the old switcheroo, and life will go on as normal.
Yep, Sven having a much better game this time around, not having to lane into the Timber. Level 8.5, top of the net worth, even more than this Death Prophet, who was just giving GPK the beating.
Yeah, everyone's
doing
kind of
it.
evened out.
Yeah. He's doing it, by the way. He's going for that E-Blade on GPK.
Nice.
I know you guys are watching Nico Baby farm this beautiful stack, but just wanted to mention that Thompson E-Blade Snapfire build is being seen right now.
Yep. And now they look in towards the middle tier 1 tower fortification. Immediately comes out from Alliance. S4, FNG, they are here. But now the Rupture comes down onto S4. He's trying to run himself away. Unfortunately, FNG, well, the Cookie actually sends Sven down to the low ground, making it a little bit longer. FNG's actually going to be able to heal himself up, drop the Flesh Golem, and now maybe turn things around. Sven controlled up inside that arena, taking a decent amount of damage. The Mortal's Kids come through, but won't do a whole lot of work. And now the ultimate thrown down onto the Sven. That Demonic Purge on top of him, but Supernova is response from Virtus.pro, forcing Alliance back again as FNG's just burning up, but is going to be kept alive by the healing ward, just about. So very interesting engagement here at mid. No one actually falling. Still just 1 kill in this game, despite having a team fight. Nobody died.
Just dropping all the ults just to help each other, keep each other alive. I mean, Nico Baby still does have this Omni Slash. He can maybe drop onto Ilias if he wants it, but there's a Guardian Angel already available. There are some Omni Knights that don't skill up the ulti right away, but Ilias, he knows how valuable this is against Omni.
Oh, he does.
Omni Slash. Omni valuable against Omni, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate this. This happened before, right? This happened before.
Yeah. It just means we've got to say the full thing.
Yep. Omni Knight and Omni Slash.
Well, I think everyone's kind of just content as a cucumber to sit around and farm this game. No one really wants to make any plays. VP tried to push in for the middle tower. You trade a couple of ultimates, and they're just like, we'll call it even, and just went back to farming. And Alliance are like, yeah, sure, agreed. They don't want to make any moves either. They've got this Juggernaut, which they feel is farming up pretty damn nicely. He's heading in towards this Battle Fury to try and farm up even quicker. Meanwhile, Sven, he is going in towards the Echo Saber and getting some Ancient stacks for himself as well.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
S4 really that core that's just struggling at the moment to try some farm. He's also just in the hardest lane at the moment, waiting for creeps to come into him. He's quite far again away from this Blink Dagger.
Yeah.
Doesn't really have any options to run around and use his arena. Well, he sees DM, but he doesn't really have backup quite yet.
Yeah, doesn't really want to be finding any engagements until he has that Blink Dagger and Virtus.pro. They want to push him down even further. They're moving heroes over, but S4, his game sense is sharp.
Smoke.
And he TPs back into the smoke for his team. So escape into a smoke to look for some revenge, or maybe look forward to kill at mid. GPK would be a great
Could be a big
target
kill here.
Scanning.
Yep.
And the tower take right after. They want to pop the Exo here.
And Skin gets the disruption. A Cookie comes in to hold back Limp. Is it going to make a difference? I don't think so. Arena comes down. The damage is through, and they will get him down. The Sunray is just a little bit too late. And now they've got the Supernova to try and save the Sven. It's a pretty nice job, but they have to deal with this Tombstone first, and they are struggling to do that. The Sunray across is going to deal a little bit of damage to the Mars as they force Alliance back, but not nearly enough. And now they can come back in and look to take this tower. Virtus.pro, I think, have kind of lost his fight. And now the Omnislash comes through, jumps himself back around all over the place, and will be able to finish off save. FNG will get the kill. Fortification used to get that split shot on the tower, but the middle tier 1 surely will fall here, though I say that. The Sven's coming back in. DM's here as well, throwing down the blood rights, but it doesn't matter. Alliance have taken it. They get the tier 1 first, and that is a big step forward for them. But will Virtus.pro want to make a similar play when they are all back alive again?
I don't think they can. They don't have the God Strength available.
No God
One more
Strength,
minute
no
left.
Supernova.
Yeah, and no easy just initiation form right now. Actually, Bloodseeker does have the Atos. Maybe they can use that to try and do something, but they need to take this mid tower back right now. Or Alliance, when that Exo's back up, they're just gonna invade your triangle and never leave if they have the option. So you can see BP just grouping up around the mid, but it's nighttime. Gonna have to go pick up the bounty runes first.
They do indeed have to move around, get them little stashes of gold as VP mount their attack. Yeah, they do really want to force this, huh? They've got a catapult. Warcry to come in, start dealing some damage to the tower. There is no fortification available from the Radiant, and immediately just unleashing onto the FNG. But yeah, he managed to get out of the Tombstone. That means Virtus.pro can't really fight into this. Like, they have no way to jump in and destroy that Tombstone, so they will just have to back themselves off. It's a big problem that GPK can't actually come in and kill off this Tombstone most of the time.
Oh, they're there for a very long time under this tier 1 tower. Exo's up in 20 seconds. Ooh, they're gonna drop the ulti for this.
Alright. Alliance, they're finally gonna say, hey, you know what, guys? You can take it. You've earned it. You've done a good job. And now, well, the Nautilus Kisses with the Supernova is gonna finish Handskin, but it's only Handskin. This is a pretty good trade, all things considered, for Alliance. As now, Virtus.pro, they won't have their God Strength, they won't have their Supernova, they won't have their Nautilus Kisses, like a ton of ultimates on cooldown for them. Alliance pretty much have free reign of the map now for the next kind of minute.
Yeah, they got that level 2 Omni Slash up. DP about to hit level 12 as well. For her level 2 Exo, they could just go Roshan actually. 70 seconds not on the Sven's ultimate.
That's gotta be tempting. Still only 4 kills in this game.
Scanning.
That's a very slow game right now. Both teams, you know, they just want the items. They just want to get their timings. They don't want to mess up one bit. This is an elimination game.
Yeah. 1 kill every 4 minutes is what we're saying on currently. And Nico
doesn't feel like Dota, does it?
Fury. It doesn't. He's nearly there though. He just needs to finish off this ancient camp, and he is going to have that Battle Fury completed. There it is. 17 minutes, and he's got himself a Mask of Madness and a Battle Fury and Phase Boots. Feeling pretty good on the Juggernaut. Not spectacular, but pretty damn good.
He will be able to keep up with the Sven. The problem for Nico Baby this game is definitely just the Guardian Angel, right? Oh, top. Got one.
Oh dear, yeah, they go fishing and they catch themselves a DM fish who gets taken down very, very quickly inside that arena. And that'll be that. Tower probably to follow.
And the tower too.
Yeah.
That's a level 2 EXO. So VP, you know what that means? Enemies down a big key spell. Let's try to do something ourselves.
The shoe is now on the other foot, and they're going to try and go into Nico Baby the cookie. It was a nice idea, but it doesn't quite land, and that means the Juggernaut's going to be able to spit himself to safety.
Yeah, I'm not sure even if that cookie did land, they would have been able to do something with it. They have no stuns, really. Like, the Sven stun has a projectile speed, and by then, Juggernaut would have just been able to Blade Fury. Just kick him out of the lane, at least, right? That's what they were able to accomplish.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So, Virtus.pro, what is their idea for play? Do they want to try and position themselves for Roshan? Do they want to try and take this final tier 1 tower at bottom? Or do they want to invade the enemy jungle, get some vision down, and start setting themselves up for a more aggressive mid-game?
They might just want to wait for the BKB first. Oh no, they smoked under a ward. And they're about, what, 800, 700 gold away from this BKB too? Ooh, if this goes bad for them because of this ward. Oh, they ruptured the illusions.
Yeah, that illusion was well within smoke range as well, but, you know, DM a little bit premature, just, you know, really wanted to rupture that profit. Know how he feels.
That feels bad. That smoke, absolutely doing nothing. Epileptic Kid just goes back and farms up. That was definitely not a call from Epileptic Kid. Every time he calls for a smoke, it's when he's got like a complete item.
Yeah.
So somebody maybe getting a little bit premature with that play. Ilias does have another smoke ready though.
That he does, ready to go again, but this time they're going to be fighting ultimates into ultimates because this Death Prophet does have Herexism back, they have Arena, they have everything on Alliance, so I'm not even sure if they want to try and go for this, but I guess with this BKB on the horizon for Epileptic Kid, it's probably a good time for them to try and make some action happen.
I think I'm starting to remember there was a time where Juggernaut fought against Omni Knight, and I think it was also Nico Baby who did it, and he had like a nullifier that time. It worked out pretty well that game, if I recall correctly.
I think it did too. I think it did too, yeah. I think they won that game. We're impressed by it. I seem to remember that much.
Oh yeah, it was against Mud Golems. They were playing Omni Sven as well.
Yeah.
And they actually picked the Juggernaut into the Omni Knight. So there's a lot of people who always doubt, like, why would you pick Jug into Omni? But, you know, Alliance are pretty confident with it. Here's the Roshan. Nico Baby's still bottom, though. He's not coming back yet to defend this Rosh play. He wants this tier 2 tower.
And let's not forget, they've also got the Shadow Demon Demonic Purge. They don't even necessarily need the nullifiers. They go for this Roshan. Arena's going to come down. S4 trying to make something happen here, but unfortunately you can't stop them taking Roche. Now the Aegis goes into the hands of Epileptic Kid. Alliance, they're still going in for this. They really want to try and squeeze this lemon, but the Sven's going to just finish that TP, get himself away. DM might not be so lucky as S4 tries to run him down. Nico Baby running forwards with the spin spear, just about connects onto DM, and Nico Baby should be able to bring him down, although he's invisible. He's got the glimmer. He's running one way. Are they going to predict this? DM turns around, throws down the Atos to hold back the DP. He's running to the trees, turns around again with the Blood Right, trying to get himself out. The Crit Swarm won't quite reach, neither will the Poison. Got another magic cloak here as he runs himself away. Glimmer Cape down to the south. Does he actually get out of vision? They still see him though. DM, he has to try and get himself away with the TP. They don't predict it with the Spear because the Spear's not available, and he will get himself away. The great escape from DM. Dude,
VP literally just got away with murder, right? They got the Aegis. They had to pop BKB. They had to do everything to just get the Sven out of there. The one hero that Alliance might have been able to kill also survives, and they bought so much time while Epileptic Kid was able to push his bottom lane all the way to a tier 1 tower, and now he has God Strength again. That's how much time DM just lost. Yeah, and Alliance don't have EXO anymore, so the next minute gonna be a bit rough.
What a messy Roche though, like what a messy Roche. It took them such a long time to make the decision to actually go into that pit, and then they were just getting rained on by the spit of Mortimer, and that stuff burns.
definitely. But Alliance, you know, I think they should be just happy with splitting up the map right now. I don't think Nico Baby really feels comfortable joining up in the team fights quite yet. He wants to play that split push game. He knows he's pretty invincible because there's no way to stop this spin TP. And BP constantly gonna have to go back and defend.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
There's the Epileptic Kid. He's going for the basher. He knows he needs this. Like, oh wait, what? Gosh it? That was a misclick. Oh boy, they're gonna see this too. They're gonna ping that out.
Yep, they are. Epileptic Kid. He's just like, I don't even need this spell. So yeah, game's gonna slow down even more now, folks. You thought because we had a Aegis, we were gonna be going for it, but nope.
They can't. They really can't fight without the Gosh Strength.
What's this overlap?
It's kind of.
It's so he's got 80 seconds until it's back, and he's got 2 minutes 20 left on the Aegis. So yeah, basically, he's gonna have about 90 seconds to make a play with this Aegis now. That's not ideal.
S4, they're looking for a fight right now. Even though there's an Aegis up, like they know without the Gosh Strength, they can't battle, right? So smoke up from Alliance, very good call from them. S4, I'm not sure they want to go on the Bloodseeker. He's definitely the tankiest hero on the side of VP, apart from the Sven. He's got a Plate Mail, Glimmer Cape, plenty of magic resistance.
Quite. And don't forget that 6 armor talent, by the way.
Yeah, holy smokes. 50. Wait, is that right? 52 magic resist on the Bloodseeker? I think it's just bugged probably for me. Oh yeah, he has another shot.
Get that as well. Yeah, he's got another shot. Yeah. Good luck killing DM. This is one tanky little dude.
With the Warcry, he's sitting on 44 armor.
Jesus,
that's a lot.
Good luck, 72% physical resist.
You don't want to jump the Bloodseeker, that's for sure.
You do not. That would be considered a bad move in all popular.
Check out. Smoke around.
They're gonna go in. This time it's gonna be the Undying first. He's gonna just straight up pop the Tombstone, and they want to turn around and destroy this one on VP. So they're gonna throw out a couple of spells whilst GPK gets to work, destroy the Tombstone, does so. S4 trying to play around that Tombstone. Meanwhile, Supernova incredibly brave and gets killed off pretty instantly. Meanwhile, Limp has to put the BKB to stop himself getting killed off by the Mother's Kisses. Epileptic Kid comes forwards, looking for the Juggernaut. Nico Baby can't quite get the dodge onto that stun. Now he has to play around. Handskin, he gets found. Now the Omnislash comes through onto the Sven. Can he do enough damage to actually bring down his first life? He can, but now Nico Baby's in some trouble. He's done stuff for a little bit longer, getting back to his team, regrouping on Alliance, but they are 2 men down. They can't take this engagement. They're going to take the Aegis, and they're going to leave.
That's also a double buyback from VP, though. That's a 2 for 2, and 2 buybacks from VP. So huge win from Alliance. Sven did have an Aegis. He had to pop the Omni there. I'm not sure if he had to, but he did. It was like 30 seconds left on that Aegis, so he's going to be happy about that at least for Epileptic Kid. And Omni going to be on cooldown for some time. Also the Exo. I don't think VP is done. They want to keep going right now while Alliance don't have these 2 big key team fight spells.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Hammering down now on the middle tier 2 tower. GPK blasting away with the little shredder. Spell feels
Mars.
a bit nicer.
No, S4, he's so dead.
Man, this is not the neighborhood you want to be hanging around in. Didn't your mama never tell you? Bye-bye. Handskin throws in the disruption, makes his suffering last a little longer. Thank you, Handskin, but that is most definitely a dead Mars.
S4 only had 1 death, and now he just died like back-to-back instantly. Feels bad, man. He TP'd into a vision, like a ward, right? Yeah. Alliance didn't have any vision on the bottom side either.
I'll take that as tribute.
So maybe he should have been a bit more careful with where he was going when he revived. It's okay. He has another 40-second timeout to think about his decisions. What he wants to do next.
Sit there and think about his mistakes. Think about what he's done, as we all used to be done as a child. 2 minutes until Roshan could spawn. That is when the timer's going to start, and that is when we shall know the next objective for both these teams. But Virtus.pro, they're feeling strong. Even though there's no real gold advantage here, they just feel like Epileptic Kid's a king.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
He's not, though. Jug is just as far as him. They are neck and neck at this point, and Nico Baby's heading his way rather alarmingly quickly towards an Iascadi. And it's interesting comparing the two items because Nico Baby's clearly going in for these bigger items, and when he hits his Skadi, I think he's going to feel much stronger than the Sven. Sven, meanwhile, he's going for the more budget items. Vanguard, which he's obviously going to turn into Abyssal very shortly. Echo Saber, Mask of Madness, you know, Nico Baby has one as well, but BKB's not exactly a huge item either. It's all about the little build-ups for Epileptic Kid to try and make him feel stronger earlier on, whilst Juggernaut's just trying to maximize his farming potential and get these big items online.
But Nico Baby is not going to be able to feel comfortable split pushing into the high ground as well anymore because of the Abyssal Blade that Epileptic Kid picked up.
True.
So if he shows up, now you have a way to be able to cancel that Blade Fury TP from Nico. He's got that Skadi complete. It is really nice in slowing heroes down, so he can stay on top of them. There's a lot of healing coming out from Virtus.pro as well. The Phoenix, the Omni Knight. Interesting. Look at this play right here. Oh, Nico, I think he gets spotted out on the creeps though, possibly. Smoke up.
Oh, they're coming in.
This is a tense situation.
It is.
This is it. It's a big fight.
10 kills
They're
only
going the other
in
way,
a
though.
nearly 30-minute game. It looks like they might actually just ignore each other. Let's see, GPK might be the target they want to jump on. Jump in Arena's going to come down. They're going to try and target GPK, but the Abyssal Blade comes out from the Sven, immediately turning it around onto the Mask. He's dead instead, but they need to get themselves out. Now the Ethereal Blade comes out onto himself, but they immediately turn around and try and deal with the egg, but Epileptic Kid, he's doing so much damage, they will kill the egg, but it's a high cost. Nico Baby, he needs to turn around and use the Omni Slash, will do exactly that, but he's doing no damage due to the GA. Meanwhile, they'll just about keep the Death Bomb alive for a little bit longer. Yules as well, they're keeping her alive, but unfortunately the Jug is down. Maybe they can kill the Snapfire as Sven falls as well to the damage of Flip. I can't believe they kept this Death Prophet alive, but they did, and they will take the fight because of it. 2 heroes remaining on Alliance, 1 hero left on the side of Virtus.pro. A scrappy, brutal engagement. Alliance narrowly coming out on top, but really, I mean, it's quite a hollow victory. You lose your Juggernaut, you lose your Mars, but nevertheless, Limp is a happy ghosty lady.
Oh, he's gonna have Shivas now. That's gonna make him even tankier. But man, Handskin, that disruption was on point onto the
so
Death Prophet, and then the Yules come out. Yo, that Exo did so much damage in the fight. The Guardian Angel kept the Sven alive just long enough to bring the Jug down. But once that's down, you don't really have anything against this massive physical teamfight damage from Alliance.
Nope.
And I should also say, like, they committed a lot into killing that egg. That egg placement was so good because it allowed the Sven to just hit and do so much clear damage on the Jug and the Undying. And that's how they were able to even bring down FNG. If he was alive, the heals from him would have been extremely annoying as well.
My goodness, what a team fight from these two teams. Really locking horns, and the clutch plays. I mean, Hanskin has to be a standout performer. Once again, the Shadow Demon proving to be the most value pick for Alliance in this series. Turning the team fight around with that disruption onto the DP whilst her exorcism was still going on, and then she can turn around, get off the Spirit Siphon, heals herself up, and survive that one. And now she's rocking up with the Shiva's Guard. She's playing with the big boys almost. 1.4k net worth, just about to hit 1.5. Very scary stuff, but Roshan is being taken by Epileptic Kid. They need to do something about this. They can't let him get away with this for free. They must know what's going on, but at the same time, do they? FNG's got a tombstone. He's not testing anything right now. Pings out from FNG. He's suspicious. Fast. Yeah, they need to do this now. FNG, he's going to move across, uses the decay, sees it's going on, but it's just too late. They've taken down the Roshan already, and he's going to be able to take both the Aegis and the Cheese. I can't believe Alliance let it happen again, but they're going to try and make a play from this. Disruption comes out onto the Sven, but now he jumps forward. Abyssal Blade forward onto Nico Baby, along with the Supernova as well. Is there anything he can do against it? The spin away, but he gets bashed up and taken down by Epileptic Kid. They will kill off Nico Baby. They will be able to get the Supernova in response, but with this Rupture out onto the DP, she's in some trouble, and there's that Disruption Bolt coming through and taking down Limp from the air. Wow. A very cool spell, aren't you? Meanwhile, oh dear, S4, I think he's could be okay. He's got a Blink Dagger in 3 seconds, a full stack of 1, turns around with a God's Rebuke, and will be able to get himself back to the high ground, but still Virtus.pro taking that fight. I mean, I have to ask, like, what was with the hesitation? Why didn't Alliance go into that pit any sooner?
Well, they didn't know it was up already, and Shadow Demon wasn't nearby either. They had no intention of taking that engagement while the Omni Slash was still on cooldown, or even checking it. They weren't expecting DP to just go in like that. But as soon as they came out, they're like, oh guys, they have to use Gaussian for this fight. Let's take the engagement, even if they have Aegis. But Sven still had about 7 seconds or so left on that Gaussian. Use that time to just commit onto the Juggernaut. Big plays from Epileptic Kid to not like try to run away while it was running out, but try to kill the Jug instead. That last bash though, oh man, that was painful for Nico baby. He was 100% out of there with that Blade Fury if he did not get hit.
I know. That one's really got to hurt. They'd already used a Rupture onto the DP as well, so it wasn't even like they had that one available to throw as he was running out. Ugh, man.
And they get a Rax.
Yeah, but S4 comes in, manages to catch the Bloodseeker out in Arena, but as we've seen before, this guy is absolutely yoked. Like, he is not going down easily. They're going to throw down the Demonic Purge, everything being dropped onto this Bloodseeker. He throws a load of Slurb onto himself, but surely they can bring him down, and they will be able to do so eventually. DM's going to fight back, though. They want to make this into something, as they have to deal with the Tombstone first. The Thistle Blade across, though, on top of the Death Prophet. Death Prophet getting pretty low. The Omnislash coming through as well, so Athletic Kid is actually the one who's going to die, but that's only the Aegis, but it's also his God Strength. Supernova gets turned around upon, and they blow that one up. Alliance look like they might be taking this engagement. Azilius is going to fall as well. Now just trying to run themselves away. The Spear moves Epileptic Kid over the cliffs, helping him out a little bit, but Hanskin comes across, use the Disruption. That means he can get on top of him. Limp actually down to the low ground, won't get jumped on by Epileptic Kid. He's running them around in circles, but this Sven is most certainly going to fall here as a right-click connect. They bring down the Sven, they take this fight, and they get a buyback out of DM as well. So Alliance take a big slap back, but now they need to come running down mid and try and force out some of these buybacks or take a barrack off their own.
Oh, that Guardian Angel came out way too late. You cannot let your Sven die with this Guardian, even if he does have that Aegis up. Alliance taking such a nice fight. I cannot believe. I thought Ezreal was a madman to go in onto that Bloodseeker, but that worked out. And DM like was trying to sacrifice himself, but his team still got caught out.
They just kind of, I don't know what the shot calling there was, but they were obviously trying to look for a weakness. They thought they'd found it, and they just overcommit. And now S4 throws down a zoning arena. Very nice.
That's a Rax back.
Yep.
It's gonna be an even game again, Nomad. And guess what happens when BP's alive? They're gonna run back at them.
Oh, they're gonna run down mid. Okay. This tug of war in the middle lane continues as Lions take the barracks back, evening the score. I mean, there's still a range barracks alive for VP, so there's that. There's a DD here though, Nicker baby. Ooh, he's gonna be tempted. He's gonna be licking his lips and thinking, guys, is there anything we can do with this? How crazy are we feeling?
He doesn't have God Strength yet. I'm sorry, Omnislash, so he's gonna wait for that. They do have the bottled up the DD though. Next fight is gonna be pretty crazy. You know why? Shadow Demon has an Aghanim's. He's gonna use that onto the Sven, and we're gonna see what this Omnislash is gonna be able to do.
Yeah. He can chain them up, or he can just dump them all simultaneously for the burst damage. Honestly, a legitimate strategy. There's a lot Hanskin can do with this Aghanim. It's a really good pickup from him, and the range he can cast it from as well. Like that is like a screen away he can do it because he's got the telescope and the Aether lens and the cast range talent.
That is a lot of range.
And he's got a blink dagger, by the way. So just in case you're worried, he's not going to get it off. Hanskin always gets it off.
What if you had that kind of range in real life? You know, Aether lens, telescope. You can be sitting at your computer, you know, using your
just reach my
arm to like reach into your refrigerator. Yeah,
it's the dream, really. But yeah,
right now
that dispel is going to be absolutely key, and also just slowing down the Sven. Like the guy does not have an axe. He is not quick. The only thing he's got is the Abyssal Blade to get on top of people. So
yeah, we've been seeing
his control's going to be very strong.
We've been seeing more of these Sven players not going for Aghanims. They just feel like these other items are just providing more for them.
No, Axe, but Reddit said it's OP.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing about meta, right? It's constantly changing.
Just because pro players know how to play into it as well doesn't mean it's not strong, is another factor. Anyways,
True.
8k gold advantage for Alliance. They have now got those ultimates up. The double damage is still available for the Juggernaut, and I imagine Alliance, they want to do something with this. What shall it be?
Yeah,
well, VP walking straight into
They are actually going to smoke up again. Their initial smoke didn't work out because Alliance just instantly backed off, right? They know they need all their skills up to be able to fight. Now BP going to do it again. This is like a 50-50 engagement into a DD Juggernaut.
This could be huge. This could be huge. Virtus.pro, if they can find the right engagement, this could still be good for them, but it's a big ask. It's a big ask.
Did
so Virtus.pro and
they see the DD?
It's high ground. Maybe. Maybe.
They purged him.
Oh,
They're going
Sven,
in.
they get their demonic purge out onto him immediately. He has to go in. He has no other choice. The supernova's thrown down on top of them as well. Athletic trying to get his damage off. They focus down the Sven instead of the egg. Oh no! And now they're actually going to lose Nico Baby and FNG and Hanskin simultaneously. Oh dear, there's just too much damage around this team. But Limp, he's still trying to make some plays here. I'm not sure he's going to be able to though, as he's being kited out pretty badly as GPK finishes off S4 around the side. And, well, that's going to be fight over, folks. They will lose Ilias right at the end as Hanskin drops him. A very, very weird fight there. As I mean, I think some of them went for the egg, some of them went for Epileptic Kid. They couldn't make up their mind. But how did the Sven survive that?
Oh, the Shadow Demon Purge, it already ran out, right?
Yeah.
SAPPHIRE decided to jump into the backlines going for Hanskin, so he couldn't throw the Purges on anymore. So Nico Baby really hesitated in dropping that Omni Slash onto him. Because if the Guardian Angel comes out and if the Omni goes on cooldown, that's like the worst case scenario for Alliance. So he doesn't use it, he pops a spin, and that just made it such an awkward engagement for Alliance already. That being said, Limp's Death Prophet is still an absolute beast right now. Even though the Jug died, wasn't really able to get anything off. This EXO is just doing an insane amount of damage at the moment and managed to hold off BP, and Juggernaut is back alive. It's like that fight really didn't accomplish anything for either sides, essentially. But one thing to say is Abyssal apparently has a better cast range than Omni Slash. Because he actually popped the Abyssal before Nico Baby could get his Omni off. And that's how that fight even started off. Epileptic Kid, he's really quick with these plays right now.
Yeah, I think with Telescope it gets close, but no, Abyssal Blade definitely the longest spell. Man, these fights, every single one has been so nail-bitingly close. Like that one, instance from losing both the Sven and the Egg. Instead, both survive. Alliance kind of lack the focus, and because the Jug is spinning, he can't really finish off the Sven, so it gets very awkward. And now we're back to, well, an even game, which we've been saying a lot, because it's true. It's very, very close. Roshan will be respawning in 10 seconds, and that is what everybody's eyes will be upon.
This one is huge, though, because it has Refresher or Aghanims, both amazing for Alliance, because DP wants a second EXO. VP also want a second God Strength.
Alliance
what they got?
Aghanims. Yeah.
Sven,
both carries
he would love it.
Bad.
Yep.
That's what Jug.
Yep. Both carries Juggernaut, exactly. Get that quick slash. Whew. This is getting tense. This is it. This is the big fight right here.
Hold me.
Satanic on Sven now.
I love Epileptic Kid. Like everyone else is just like, oh, don't go into Roche Pit. We gotta feel it out first. And Epileptic Kid just pops walk around, just kind of comes charging in, like, yeah, Roshan. Like, no, Epileptic Kid. Wait, we need to just tactically. Oh, okay, sorry guys.
Ooh, guess what GPK is? Level 25.
Oh no!
That's big.
Oh
Daedalus.
no! He did so much damage in the last fight with this already, with level 20, and now he's level 25. This is gonna be berserk.
I mean, GPK has had such a bad,
bad
early game. We kind of forgot about him, didn't we?
We did.
And now look at him.
That's
does he not
brutal.
have any better items than like this? Oh, they really don't, huh?
What's up?
On BP, I was thinking maybe he has Spell Prism or something like that. Oh, Alliance get the Spell Prism, of course. Death Prophet, Spell Prism, big item.
Whoops. VP just holding back. Both teams really holding back here. Who's going to make the first move? Who's going to make the first play? Do Alliance go for it? Do Virtus.pro go for it? Who wants to commit to the fights? Well, my question's been answered for me as Virtus.pro. They want to go for it. And they may well just find it. S4, he's a little bit separated from his team right now. This could be extremely costly if they find him. A blink away just in time. Is it enough to keep him alive? He's sitting behind this tree. He's disguising himself very well. They pop the tombstone. They need to go for this now. But
they popped the EXO.
they dare back away. Alliance, they can't let them escape. They need to jump somebody here. And Skin, he's ready with the blink in and with the ultimate. The Rupture comes down onto S4 to try and control him up, and now Sven pops the God Strength and all hell breaks loose. S4's going to be the first target here as the Sven tries to get on top of him. Will be able to take it down. The only touch coming through onto GPK and eludes him on towards Epileptic Kid as well. They maybe tries to cut through him. They try to cop the GM onto him, but immediately purged off by him. But it doesn't matter. They've got so much damage. The crit comes through, but the disruption as well to save Nico Baby's life, but he's running out of spells. He needs to get himself away from this, but he's just surrounded by heroes. Tries to fight up into DM. Meanwhile, the Sven just trying to deal with that. Can they do deal with Epileptic Kid, actually? Limp and S4 just turn around and tear the Sven apart. And they don't lose anyone on Alliance except for S4 and Undying, who both buy back into the engagement. And now they can run into this Roche pit, and there's no way Virtus.pro will be able to contest this one. Oh, and just in case they wanted it, by the way, a nice double damage. Gaben says, nice fight, guys. Here you go.
I'm so surprised that VP decided to take that fight. Epileptic Kid, he was sitting behind the trees, hoping to just gosh it and go in, even though Death Prophet already popped that Exo.
Man,
it looked like they could have just got out.
GPK was so out of position though. He tried to I think he tried to like cookie up the high ground and just kind of drop everyone with his little shredder, which in fairness we've seen happen before. Like that spell's hella dope.
Yeah,
but
they got Omni'd.
Yeah, and so his Omni wasn't there to save him, so
he saw Hanskin and he took the opportunity to just try and burst Hanskin, right? But he couldn't in the end. And that's what happened. Because as long as Hanskin's alive, with this Aghanim's Purge, the Sven can't really move around in the fights.
Nope. He's stuck. Now they start to take away in the second lane of Barracks. Bottom lane could be considered. Atos will slow him down. Yeah, that'll show him. Oh no, another Exo. Limp is ready. He's got that Spell Prism. One of his kisses coming on over the top, trying to force them away. Get off our high ground, god damn it. They are not listening. Alliance don't care. All those kisses run out, and they are straight back up here. Tombstone even being dropped as well. An obnoxious Tombstone right in front of the tower, daring Virtus.pro to come and kill it. Nico will spin. Sven's coming back, teeping into the middle of everybody. What is the play here, guys? Well, the disarm comes down onto Sven, stopping him from really doing anything, but the Supernova's also out from him as the GPK jumps in and dumps a hell of a lot of damage into the side of Alliance. I'm not sure they can fight into this one as Yule's going to save the DP from the initial engagement. Now the arena comes down. They've got GPK. He's trapped inside the arena, and the Juggernaut will slice him up. No more Grandma, and now they look for more. Ilia's trying to get himself away. Epileptic Kid as well, knowing that he needs to fight. He's got a BKB. I think he has to throw it out here. Looking to bring down... Oh, that's a big crit. Bye-bye, FNG. And they only look on towards Nico Baby. He, of course, has his Aegis, not the ideal target, but if they can kill him, they might as well. But now he gets off the Omni Slash, or a Quick Slash, sorry, as he jumps back behind them. Ilias in some trouble, but the crit saves him, but the Crypt Swarm kills him anyway. Now, can they hold this high ground? That is a question. 3 heroes alive on Virtus.pro, 3 heroes alive on Alliance. They give the cheese over towards Nico Baby. Lincoln's as well, popped onto him as well, just to give him every single ounce of protection they possibly can. And it looks like they are going to be able to finish off this Barracks, leaving Virtus.pro with a base in tatters and mega creeps on the doorstep.
Oh, that is so rough for VP now. This is not what you want to be fighting up against. The Megas Alliance can just control this. They can wait as long as the next Aegis if they want to, farm out the map, but they want to keep going while Snap is dead. They still have the Omni Slash, but there's a buyback though on Snapfire. They could possibly take a 4v5 or 4v3 fight. Without Goshen, they're a bit hesitant.
I really don't think they are. They're trying to poke, see if anyone can get caught out.
They're chilling.
They are chilling. Yeah. Oh, Limp's got another exorcism? Oh, okay. Alright. Well, yeah, they're going for it, but Sapphire back in 15 seconds. They're poking, they're prodding, they're doing everything except committing. Both teams playing do-si-do. Tickle fight, pillow fight.
Supernova in 3 seconds.
Yeah, no,
and Phoenix is level 20, so you got that Sunray during the Supernova. That's the one that was doing so much damage to the Juggernaut, by the way, in the last fight. So that's something at least for BP right now. And they can definitely hold off these Megas for now. Alliance, they're going to want to secure this game. So I really do expect them to just wait for that Roshan to be back up. I know it's going to be a long time, but when you're in a situation like this, you're not going to want to rush things.
They've seen the double damage. I mean, Nico Babies, he's got to be tempted, but at the same time... Yeah, no, they're playing against Megas. Yeah, just take it slow. Take it slow. The thing is, they can't really leave their base, but... Oh, big but. There's a Rapier. The first Rapier from Virtus.pro.
Oh,
it is indeed.
That's gigantic. the reason why he's not been able to kill this Juggernaut up until now is because of that butterfly. He did not go for MKB, so now this Rapier, he drops it, he doesn't want to show it.
Yeah, smart.
Yep. They can get a surprise kill onto Jug. Yeah, I know it's a rough situation for VP, they don't got any buildings, but they do have the damage to be able to fight back into Alliance, and Alliance know that. That's why you see them just controlling up high grounds. They want VP to come out of the base first.
Yeah, and Granny wants a Rapier as well. They want to have the
that's
double Rapiers.
Big too. Snapfire, 3x low shredder.
I mean, that's the thing.
It is painful.
If you don't go now, then you're going to be fighting into 2 Rapiers, which is actually sounding very difficult. The Abyssal Blade comes down onto Juggernaut straight off the bat, but he does manage to get out the spin, but there's so much damage coming out from the spin, they just crit him down. Bye-bye, Nico, baby. Good night, baby. As the Supernova comes down, Simonimus kisses, tickling S4, doing a bit more than tickling S4, murdering S4 seems more active, but there we go. We have the disruption coming through, but Sage just jumps on his face, says what's up, but Lim is completely untouched on the side of this fight. The GA is going to come through as the Sven trying to look for a target, but he's broken up, taken down. Not much he can do here as he's being controlled up so well, bouncing around all over the place, and he's finding a target, but he's getting absolutely mauled by everything, and he will fall. Rapier on the deck, and they will be taken up by S4, who's now looking to slam it into the face of GPK, getting around the back, spear across to the side. GPK being thrown around all over the place. Banishment comes out from Handskin as well, and S4 will be waiting on the other side with a Rapier God's Rebuke to finish the job. Buyback from GPK, but the base is in tatters as Nico Baby takes down DM. DM buying back into this one. Nico Baby going for the tier 4s now. It's a 4 versus 4, but the carry is not there on the side of Virtus.pro, and the support is not there from the side of Alliance. The scales are clearly balanced in Alliance's favor. GPK trying to do what she can, but unfortunately, there's just not enough available in the tank as she'll throw her body in, just say, please stop attacking our Ancient, but Alliance, they don't care. They're going to keep on going for it, and they will take down the Ancient and knock Virtus.pro out of the tournament. What a performance. What a turnaround for Alliance here as they find their feet at last.
What a crazy fight. Like, Juggernaut dies right away because of that Rapier from the Sven. He did not expect that one bit. I thought they were just going to play it safe, but, you know, he went out, he died, he got surprised himself, but Virtus.pro chased him out into the vision of Alliance, into that tombstone, which was probably a pretty big mistake. There was no more Lil Shredder to get rid of that. And this Death Prophet, she does a lot of damage still. And with the help of the creeps too, providing so much vision, they were able to take that fight on Alliance. And then Nico Baby's like, yo, hold on, I can just buy back. My team already won this fight. Let's just get out there, end this game right now. And they do that. I am just so dumbfounded right now. Like, if you asked me this morning, okay, who will win this series, I would have told you VP, hands down. But Alliance proving so many people wrong by winning this series. And now they're going to be playing up against Nigma. That's going to be a hype game now. Like, Alliance, they must feel so good at the moment. They've played phenomenally in game number 2 and game number 3 now. I think they're in the zone.
They've certainly figured something out. I mean, to beat Virtus.pro, you have to figure something out, and they've certainly done that. The previous tournament winners get taken down and eliminated from the tournament by Alliance, the team which completely bombed out of the same event. So this must feel like a huge win for them as they get themselves in gear and start playing some real hot Dota. Just before we throw to a break, who was your MVP of game number 3?
Oh, that's a hard one, man. Everybody plays so well on the side of Alliance, but if I had to choose one, it has to be Limp. Limp, like, dominated GPK mid, created so much space for his team, and even when Nico Baby couldn't really do anything in the team fights, he was there. This Death Prophet by Limp, oh, beautiful.
Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff indeed from Alliance as they take the series 2-1 over Virtus.pro, eliminating them from the tournament and bring themselves into the lower bracket final versus Nigma. There's going to be a very exciting lower bracket final, but guess what, folks? That is going to be coming up later on, as today we now have the matchup of Na'Vi versus OG in the upper bracket final, I do believe. So that's going to be a very, very exciting matchup from us. It is done. We're going to be handing it over to the lovely Gareth and the beautiful Lacoste. But from us, it is goodbye. Enjoy them, enjoy the rest of the day, and enjoy the patch when it hits. But from us, it's going to be adios. But don't forget, there's plenty more Dota 2 action coming up right here on the OGA Dota Pit. We're going to throw it to a break. Then we're going to be back with more Dota action. So stick around, and we'll see you then.
top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's turret